When the world says, wow, why is there this anti-Christian bias? We can say, Jesus said this is exactly what would happen.
Well, it's so funny you said that, Chad, because you had no idea what I was going to say at the end. And I'm sure we're getting close to the end. Listen to what Jesus said in John chapter 15, beginning at verses 5 and 6. He tells us to continue to seek him, abide in him, so we'll bear fruit. Then he talks about the persecution that's come upon us if we're fruit-bearing Christians. He said, I'm the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Abide in Christ. That's the key to bearing fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. If you do not remain in me, you are like a branch that is thrown away and withers. Such branches are picked up, thrown into the fire, and burned. Then in verse 18, he says, if the world hates you, keep in mind that it hated me first. If you belong to the world, it would love you as its own. As it is, you do not belong to the world, but I have chosen you out of the world. We're no longer of this world, brothers and sisters, if we're Christians. We're ambassadors here, man. He says, that is why the world hates you. Remember what I told you. A servant is not greater than his master. If they persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they obeyed my teaching, they will obey yours also. They will treat you this way because of my name. It's because of his name. Be hated by all nations because of his name, Matthew 24. They will treat you this way because of my name, for they do not know the one who sent me. He says, all this I've said to you so that you will not fall away. He lets us know ahead of time, so when these things go down, we won't be shocked. How come people aren't, we love God. How come they hate us? He says, hey, I'm telling you this ahead of time. So when it happens, when it goes down, and it's going to get worse, guys, you will not fall away. They will put you out of the synagogues. In fact, the time is coming when anyone who kills you will think they are offering service to God. That's this counterfeit kingdom that's coming, which we do the whole NAR. We're going to do the whole thing on NAR coming up. It's all about the counterfeit kingdom. They will do such things because they do not know the Father. I have told you this so that when the time comes, you will remember that I warned you about them. I did not tell you this from the beginning because I was with you. And then a little bit later in John 16:33, Chad, he goes on and encourages. He says, in the world you will have tribulation. He said, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. We have victory. We overcome this wicked world through Christ. That's why it's imperative that we abide in Christ. And throughout the Gospel of John, especially that chapter, he talks all about the joy that we have amidst our persecution, amidst the world rejecting us because of our relationship with Christ. It's critical that we keep our eyes on Jesus at this time and that we abide in him so we're fruit-bearing and so our joy may be complete in him and that we glorify him in all that we say.